Leuwilla X, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I am an educator, and I'm also a professional dancer, and I love working with our children, teaching them dance.
Sister Rachel 4X out of Chicago.
Hi, I am Sister Judith 3X from Chicago. You know, I've learned a lot from the minister, and I find him inspiring. He always inspires me to be a better me, to be a better version of myself each day, and he makes no excuses. And so anytime I feel like I want to make excuses in my life, I think of him, you know, and he's just a great, beautiful man, and you know, the love that he has for us is, I mean, there's nothing here really that equals that.
Okay, ladies, welcome to the UK. As you know, there was recently an article or video I did regarding the Honourable Minister Farrakhan talking about Netflix and him not being, his documentary not being allowed on Netflix. So give us your opinions and your thoughts coming straight from Chicago about it.
Well, I hate to say for myself, I wasn't surprised when it happened. And as beautiful a documentary as it is, I remember how excited everyone was and was posting, and I just had this deep feeling that it wasn't at the last minute something was going to happen, because at the end of the day, I don't know if I could say this, but we know how the devil is. The devil is who the devil is, and so he never changes his spots. Like a leopard never changes his spots, neither does the devil. So it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I think it created such a wonderful way for people to find out about the minister, because then people were curious once they started to hear that, oh, you know, his documentary wasn't allowed, why wasn't it allowed? And so people, you know, become curious. Anytime something is deemed, you know, unfit or unworthy, or there's some type of, I don't know what's the word, not conspiracy, but I can't think of the word, but anytime there's some type of, I guess, hoopla about it, you know, it makes people curious, and then people want to, you know, go and check it out and let me see it for myself. And so, yeah, controversy. So I think at the end of the day, you cannot stop the man of God. You can't. And people are going to want to find out more and more, and they're going to watch the documentary, and it's still going to come out one way or the other, and we have our own network now, so that can happen.
The minister's documentary, of course, is going to be, they want to silence the minister's voice anytime he says something that's for the betterment of people, of humans, period, especially black people. So, like Sister Rachel said, it's no surprise that they did that. It's unfortunate that they did that when they did it, but at the same time, it forged us to create our own. Never NFA Studios, Never Fall Again Studios. Yep. So now we have that, and we can do the documentary, which is from what little I did see, is such a beautiful collection and account of the minister and what he has been doing in his music and everything, and how he's affected so many people. I have his music. It's just profound. That's all I can say. It's profound. And so, you know, with Netflix, it's all about, that's what we're taught to do for self. So we have our own now. And that's what that costs.
Well, you want to say something?
No, it made me think of how interesting it is that literally the documentary is about music, and it's about creative work, creative expression, and Netflix, which is supposed to be an outlet for creative expression and allows creative expression of every type, you know,
including the
best
KKK
and the worst, exactly, you know, really, that you can't allow this beautiful tribute and creative expression to be displayed to that millions of people. What are you afraid of? And honestly, that's what it is. It's like, even if the people at Netflix aren't afraid, the powers that be, the ones that really run and control everything, those are the ones who are afraid. And it's like, we're going to put the pressure, we're going to, you know, tighten the screws to make sure nothing gets through, because, you know, you can create and you can express so much through music. You can really touch people in their hearts and their souls through music. And so when you hear the minister and he plays and he sings and he's heartfelt, that's going to touch people. And that's going to like touch people who may not be touched by his words, but they'll be touched by his music. And that's a whole nother outlet for people, and that's a whole nother form of power.
Right, and not only that, because it's music, we know music affects the youth. And the youth are our future. They're really the true soldiers, as the minister has stated. He didn't say it, I'm not quoting him, but he does say our youth, they're our future, they're our soldiers. And so knowing that they can see this documentary, it will affect them. It will help them to see that they too can affect the world through music, through this art. So knowing that the media powers that be, knowing that it can get out to our youth like that, of course they wanted to stop the music, the words, the message that's coming from this documentary. It's what they do. It's no surprise. But we overcome all obstacles, and his words, that we can do anything a man can do as long as we don't degrade ourselves. And I say that when he says that, he's telling us that there is no limitation to what we can learn, what we can be. We are civilized and refined. He teaches us how to be modest women, how to be nurturers and educators of our children, and loving wives to our husbands. He teaches us that our home is our base, not necessarily our place, that we can be a doctor, a neurosurgeon, a teacher. We can work, but our home is our place. He's taught us so many things about what we're capable of and how we should be protected, how we should be respected. What we see out here that might be the norm is not natural, and we can do anything that we put our minds to. The minister loves his people. He loves us. He teaches us to love ourselves, and that we are the first teacher, the first nurse. Our wombs is God's workshop. So knowing our purpose, that's the benefit of the minister's message. We know our purpose, we know who we are and what we're capable of and how to love each other.
I think Sister Leuwilla said it all. She really did. But I will say upliftment, empowerment, and he has truly taught us who we are as women. And so it always goes back to our base, which is knowledge of self. Because once you know who you are, that helps you to go into every aspect and every part of your life. You can move forward in every way, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. So that's what he teaches. And I don't think, he teaches the divinity of the Black woman, and to really realize how sacred we are, because we have lost the sacredness, and we've lost the idea that we are sacred vessels, that we are beautiful, divine beings, you know. And he has taught us that we are divine and sacred vessels, and that we are constantly producing you know, the next generation of sacred divine vessels. And so that we have to make sure we always take proper care of ourselves, and as she said, nurture ourselves and nourish ourselves, so that we can produce those gods to keep this constantly going, so that we can create that new world. Because it's always about creating this new world. It is about the old leaving and the new coming in. And so we always, as women, have to have the right state of mind, the right heart, the right body, the right spirit, everything. So that's what he teaches us.